Hello, welcome back to Thrifty Day. Today we're going to be doing a flip through of this Christmas themed magic memory book that will be available this Saturday on our Instagram in our stories. There's a lot of fun parts to this magic memory book. It's a little bit different. It's not as conventional as my other magic memory books, so I just wanted to do a flip through so you can see. This particular book is very old. The pages were very brittle. They started ripping long before I even tried to take them out. You can see very, very brittle. But the images were so gorgeous. See, as you can see, they're just a mess. But I love this storybook. I love Christmas. It's so fun. So I really wanted to still use the cover at least, and I will use these pages in some way, just not right now. So the cover still had a really good integrity. It was still nice and firm, so I knew I could use the cover, so that's what I did. So I started with candy cane fabric. I thought it was very festive and adorable. Oh, those are my favorite little golden book covers, the really vintage ones that are yellow in the back. So let's get started. I added corners, which was good because the corners were really soft, and so now they're nice and secure, see, which is very good. This is a super vintage book. I don't even know the year. I could try to look, but look at how cute the inside is. So obviously I couldn't use these very brittle pages, so I used other Christmas book pages throughout the book. So that'll be fun for you to see what I chose. I think that was from A Night Before Christmas. Santa, there he is. Of course, there's some replica ephemera and actual ephemera clipped throughout. This is from Mickey's Christmas Carol, which is one of my favorites. You know, I always try to include these bags because I have a DIY YouTube you can follow if you go onto our channel. I think they're a fun way to store things, and I love these little vintage candy canes. I have actually sold these little candy canes for years. I actually started my crafting journey about 15 years ago selling Christmas items at different boutiques and stuff. And these candy canes I used to sell as sets. I'd kind of make them look old-fashioned, and so I kind of love those. I still make them. This was from a vintage style Christmas book, Joy to the World. My middle name is Joy, so I kind of really liked that page. Here's a little gingerbread, so cute. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer page, little red nose. Here's Scrooge McDuck, some vintage ephemera in there. More Mickey's Christmas Carol, definitely my favorite. Here's some paper for journaling and also for background scrapbooking. I think that's really important. It adds dimension and adds layers to your pages. I added this velvet ribbon as a bookmark because I think that's a really interesting way to know what page you want to go to. I think it makes it really pretty, especially for Christmas. And since I had that ribbon, I went ahead and put it in there. These little red ribbons, let me see if I can get them off and show you, are so cute because they have little ties in the back. You could either take those off and just hot glue them to something. You could put a paper clip on there and make them a bookmark. But I love these little ribbons. I use them in a lot of my Christmas decor that I create. You'll see. And so I thought it'd be fun to put those in there and see how you all would use them if you purchased this book. This is from another little vintage Christmas book. Look at how cute their little Christmas tree. It's like a little tree branch. More Rudolph. Try to give you lots of blank pages so you can create. You can put your Christmas cards, Christmas pictures from years ago from your family, from yourself. Here's a little adorable gift wrap piece that you could use behind a picture. Here's some fun little stickers, probably from the 90s. Winnie the Pooh. A friend of mine gave me a bunch of her old stickers, and there were some real gems in there, and this was one of them, so I thought I'd put it in there. Another Mickey's Christmas Carol. I have a lot of vintage Mickey's Christmas Carol ephemera because every time I see that book, I take it, I get it, I buy it. It's my favorite. I watch the movie countless times every holiday season. So it's one of my favorites. Here's some little goodies, a little gingerbread, another little velvet bow. I love decorating with those velvet bows. And then keep this bag, because if you watched our last YouTube, you saw how I used it on my page. So you could use it in a Christmassy way or in another book. Here's the other side of that Night Before Christmas. These little cherubs are precious. That little bow in her hair. Oh, and Santa's over there. You can see the candy canes peeking through. Here's my favorite little stickers. You know I love these little foil stars. Those stickers are the real MVP, man. And there's Christmas Carol again. Didn't realize I used that so much. And then here's another little paper bag. I love using paper bags in my Magic Memory books. Santa with some toys. This is a fun little piece I added in here. It's just a little felt stocking, but I thought, how cute would that be glued onto a page, maybe with some wrapping paper behind it and a picture coming out. That was my thought. Maybe I'll do it on an upcoming YouTube in my personal Christmas book for you to see. But when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cute. They could probably really, whoever purchases this book can really do some fun creative stuff with that. Another little gingerbread man. I love gingerbread. Here's a little piece of Christmas wrapping paper I threw in there for fun. You could throw a picture on there and it's done. Here's a little cherub with some little Christmas text behind it. There's Jacob Marley. Here is a little vintage card. How cute is that? Look at how vintage that is. The same old Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. This card actually, years ago, years and years, I mean maybe a decade, I went to a yard sale and the woman whose home this was must have passed away. She was elderly. She was clearly a crafter. And all of her craft supplies, all of these little vintage tiny glitters, and she saved everything. She had a ton of cards. I've used them so many times throughout the years. But it was all just there. And I really just felt like I had to buy it all, because I just wanted to kind of keep her memory alive. So every time I use something of hers, I think of her, and it warms my heart to think that her collection and her passion is living on. I could almost cry. That's a really wonderful story for me to remember. But I like to think, I still have a lot of it. There's some of it, some pieces I won't even give up because they're just so special. I could see she put so much time and effort into maintaining. And so anyway, whoever gets that, that's real special. A little vintage snowman. Here's some more wrapping paper. You all know how much I love wrapping paper. I love creating with wrapping paper. You will probably see multiple pages in my own personal Christmas album. Let me get mine out for you to see. This is my personal Christmas album. I haven't done a lot in there yet, but you'll see a lot of wrapping paper pages because I'm wrapping paper obsessed. So there's more. I tried to add a lot of these background pages for you to have available to you to either use in this book or to use in a different scrapbook. So another really fun component that I try to add in most of my Magic Memory books are flashcards. They're a wonderful little addition that you can clip, or you can put in pockets, you can put behind pictures. Flashcards, I love them. And there's Mickey Mouse. Another little replica ephemera there. What a beautiful picture. Vintage Christmas is so magical. Okay, and then the last page is Silent Night. I think what a beautiful page to end with. You could clip a little picture of your family, maybe a little bit of holly, and this page would be so beautiful to end with. But again, look at how vintage this book is. I just, oh my God. I mean, can you get a visual on how gorgeous that is? So that is the Christmas Magic Memory book. It doesn't have the original pages in there, but it does have lots of goodies in there. It will be available Saturday. I will post all Magic Memory book pictures of them individually on our stories. And if you see something you like, send us a DM. I'll let you know if it's still available. We do only have one of each at this time, but I'm going to try to have at least 15 books available. Fingers crossed. So that's the Christmas one, but since we're here, I actually thought I would show you this. I just finished it. Get a little twofer with this YouTube. This Bambi Magic Memory book is so freaking magical. It's going to be hard for me not to keep this one. I'm just going to do a quick flip through for you because Christmas was what you really came here for. But look, oh my gosh, I'm dying. These images, and I even included some of my coveted vintage Bambi playing cards because, oh my gosh, this is just more than I can bear. And there's a little Bambi envelope, index cards. Look at Thumper. Oh my gosh. Y'all, these images are too beautiful. So this one will also be available this Saturday. There's some, you can't really tell, but there is confetti in there. And that would be really fun for you to kind of just glue on the pages and put a picture on top. I love confetti. This is a half page. And so here's a little bit more. I added some other Bambi pages to make it interesting. A library card. There's another little vintage Bambi playing card. How cute is that? How fun would that be to use as ephemera in your Magic Memory book? This page gives me life. The frogs, I can't. My favorite. I don't even know why. Some pages just call to me, and that's one of them. Some little cutouts. I included a little 2-cent stamp in there. Here's a little piece that I had left over from an album I had made a few weeks ago. So yeah, just lots of goodies in this one. I just wanted to give you a quick view. Look at how cute. It's like water shot and lamb shot. Bambi with his mama. But look at the inside of this cover. This book is so magical. If I ever see it again, I don't care how much it costs, I am buying it. So this one will also be available on Saturday. Same way in our stories. And I'm obsessed. I hope you are too. So thank you so, so much for tuning in, and I hope you give us a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe to us. Our Pen Pal newsletter is open and available. Send us a DM on Instagram, but we do ask that you follow us on YouTube so that you can see more of these videos and support us in that way. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.